Okay, so let's talk a little bit about shading in Venn diagrams. Okay. Let me put it on my smartboard. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm always going to have A to the left and B to the right just in case I forget to label them. Okay, so up here I'm telling you what to shade. So I want to shade everything in set A. So I find A, and I'm going to shade it now. Okay? Now I tend not to go crazy with my shading because I know that I'm going to have to go back and make adjustments possibly depending on what it is that, what regions that I have to shade in. Okay? This one's easy, so you could go crazy shading or you could just leave it like this. So the complement of A, or not A, I often like to think of it as outside of that set. So outside of A. So I'm going to shade everything that's outside of circle A. Okay, again, I tend not to go crazy with it. Okay, outside of A, outside of A. Okay. So this notation is now going to tell me everything in A, but not in B. Okay? So everything in A, that's not in B. Okay? Let's come back to that after we talk about unions and intersections. Okay? So now we're bringing in a union or intersection. Well, when I first look at these and see what I have to shade, what regions I have to shade, I actually treat them completely differently, right? So the first thing I do is I just look at the first set that it's telling me to shade, okay? It's telling me to shade set A, okay? So I'm going to shade in everything in A, okay? But let's not forget that there was another piece here, okay, which was B. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shade in everything that's in B. Okay. But now we can't ignore that there was that union symbol, okay? So union means or, right? A or B, okay? It's telling you to accept more than just A. It's telling you that it's okay to accept everything also that's in B, or everything that's in both. So whenever I see a union, I always tell myself that I'm never taking anything away. I'm taking everything that I shaded. So I'm done with this one. I don't have to erase anything. I don't have to worry about it. I'm accepting everything else that's involved here. So because I'm including more than just A, I don't have to take anything away. Okay? As opposed to an intersection. Okay? This one's going to look a little bit differently, but I approach it the exact same way. I kind of ignore what's going on, and I treat it step by step, and then I figure out what I have to do with it, okay? So the first thing is, I'm going to shade in set A. Okay? Next, I'm going to bring back the other piece, right? Now I have to shade in everything. But now it's important to realize that it wasn't just that, but there was an intersection. Now intersections are very different than unions because now you're not including more, you're actually taking away stuff. So you're actually not accepting more, you're accepting less. You're only interested in the intersection of the two. In terms of how I've shaded, I shade like this on purpose. So I do have different colors here that are shaded, so obviously that can help, but I also like to look at where the crisscrosses are. You're either looking where your colors are going to overlap, okay, so where I have blue and red, or I'm going to look where my shadings crisscross, if you shade similar to how I did, okay, or you're going to look for a darker shading because you would have double shaded in the area that's representing the intersection. So now at this point, I also like to tell myself, when I see an intersection, immediately I know I'm definitely going to have to erase in this. There is stuff that has to be taken away in an intersection. I'm going to take away everything that's kind of single shaded here, or in terms of my colors, just red, just blue. I'm going to accept everything that's red and blue in the middle. Okay. So I'm going to keep building on the concept of what I just did, right? I'm going to ignore everything until I have to need it, okay? So everything outside of A, right? A is that one circle. I'm going to do everything outside of it. Okay? Now I'm going to bring in the other part of it. I got B. Okay. So now I'm going to shade everything inside of B. Well, that's this circle. Okay? Now I'm going to bring back the union symbol. Remember, I like unions because it means less work. It means I'm accepting everything that I colored in. It means I'm accepting everything that's shaded. It means I don't have to take anything away. I'm done with this problem. Everything that is shaded is acceptable. Single shading, double shading, red, blue, both, it's all involved here because it's a union. I don't have to take anything away. I'm keeping everything. Okay? This is going to be much of the same situation. Slightly different because you're shading on a different side of it, okay? Again, I'm going to ignore the latter part of it. Shade everything in A. Okay? Bring back what it was, right? Shade everything in B. Oh, no, you know what? It was outside of B. Never mind. Shade everything outside of B because it was not B. Kind of ignore that for a second. Okay. Bring back the union sign. And again, unions we like because we're done. Because we're going to take everything that we originally shaded. Again, red, blue, both, double shaded, single shaded, it's all included with the union. Okay? Not A or not B, right? So again, start with the same thing. Everything outside A. Here's A. Everything outside of A I'm going to put in red, right? Outside A. That's outside A. Okay? But then I also have everything outside B. So everything outside B I'm going to put in blue. Okay? Here's my B. Now I'm going to have everything outside B. Okay? Again, it's that union sign, which is ideal because now at this point I'm done. I can leave it. I don't have to take anything away. Everything I shaded is included. So it's just that intersection that's not involved here. Okay? Let's switch gears and start taking a look at some practice with intersections. Okay? Here's A, B. I'm going to do the same thing. Everything outside of A. Don't forget, you're not done. Everything inside B. Okay. Now let's acknowledge the fact that this is an intersection. You want where these two things intersect. Remember that whenever you have an intersection, okay, whenever you have the and, that you are going to be erasing. You're taking away everything that is not overlapped. You're looking for what those two shadings have in common. So where the red and the blue meet in this, where they crisscross, where you have double shading, is the only thing that you want. And so I'm going to erase everything else. Okay. Put back my A and my B afterwards. And there they are. Okay. We'll make it more exciting. No, we'll do this one again. Okay, so we do A, B. Again, I'm going to start to speed up now because it's easier A because we've seen quite a few at this point. Everything in A. Now I'm going to do everything outside of B. Okay? But again, it's an important to know that intersections is what they have in common. Where is that overlap? Where is that double shading? Where's the red and blue, right? Where is the crisscross shaded? Take away everything else, because with an intersection, you are excluding more, you are not accepting everything. So you're gonna have to take away. And there it is, okay? Let's add some parentheses to the mix, okay? Parentheses are very important. They're perhaps gonna be maybe a little bit more important once we get to our 3 rings, because it's almost like PEMDAS, it will be in order of operation, sort of. But what this is saying is everything outside of what's inside. Okay, so it's important to acknowledge where that inside is, and then you're going to shape everything on the outside. So these I like to do maybe a little bit differently. So colors will help here. So I'm going to do everything on the inside in red, right? So A or B. Remember, A or B, that's good. That's a union. That means you're accepting more. It means you're going to accept everything in A. But you're also going to accept everything in B. Okay? But now let's not ignore that the fact that this was on the inside of parentheses with complement on the outside. So this is saying everything outside of A or B. So I'm going to put that in blue. So everything I'm shading now in blue is what was not inside the parentheses. That is the only one that we're not included. We don't want this red. It's not included. Everything outside A intersection B. Let's acknowledge that A intersection B had to be where A and B overlap. Okay? Here's your A intersection B. You want everything that is not in that space. You want everything outside of A intersection B. You want everything shaded in blue. Take away my red, because that was inside the parentheses. Once I add the parentheses and the complement sign, it's now not included. Okay, there was one that we left out that we could go back to because we have a pretty good understanding about unions, which is this one. So this would be everything in A union B that's not in A intersection B. So remember that A union B is going to be everything in both circles, okay? Where A intersection B is going to be everything in only the overlap. So you're accepting everything in A union B that is not in A intersection B, okay? And that's it for 2 rings. We'll make another video to complement your or supplement your next class with 3 rings.